Christian, you're going to do Romanian?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Or Portuguese.
Muito bem. Sorry, my Portuguese needs work. Who else? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Translators. Here we go. And thanks everyone for translating. You're amazing. I love you. Please stay. Yeah. Christian, are you going to record for the Romanian too, or does someone separately have to record the Romanian because you are the person translating the Romanian? I do not know these ways. And we're working on the tech side. I know it's been a little chaotic. Um, Sorry about that. It's happening. Um, okay. Okay, so that's it. Just Claire and Christian as translators, right? Mhm. Okay. Okay, here we go. Romanian is Portuguese. All right. All right. Hi, everyone. We made it. I hope the New Year's is wonderful, if you care about that. Wait, so Sorokina, do I need to record at all?
Uh, Dr. Ward, I worked Rus and Romania and Milan recording English. No, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you, Daria. Okay, just making sure. All right. Let's begin. And thank you. Many of you have reached out to help support me in teaching. I really appreciate that. The least I have to do with anything else, the more I can teach. So I appreciate that kind of support a lot. Sorry. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, we're supposed to take the quiz. Is everyone ready for the quiz? I'm gonna put the quiz up, and you are going to take it if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine too. It's not very hard. It's not very long, but I promised the quizzes, and we're gonna do it. So quiz will take, I'll give about 5 minutes for the quiz. It's mostly memorization. You either know it or you don't. If we need more time after 5 minutes, just tell me. I want these to be part of the recording, so okay? So here's the quiz. Um, I'll check in 5 minutes. All right? Here we go. Have fun. That's time. Does anybody need more time? I highly recommend you do the quizzes, okay? I do not leave this class and don't have the quizzes done. It doesn't make sense. It only takes a few minutes usually, okay? But in the end, it's up to you. I will not be doing this again. So take advantage of it now. Or you can watch the recordings when you want. All right, here we go. Class 2. Question 1. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. All right, here we go. Does merit necessarily lead to nirvana and Buddhahood? Why or why not? What do people think? Does merit necessarily lead to nirvana and Buddhahood? Yes or no?
No, it's
Not
not
no.
necessary
Yeah, let's hear Maria. Okay, why or why not, Maria?
because you can be a very good person and still have a lot of bad karma and be stuck in samsara.
Yeah, that's true. Good. Um, so you saying good things can lead to more bad things?
No, I'm saying you can have the collection of both. And while you're being a good person, you still have bad things happening to you and you still judge what's happening in the wrong way, making more bad karma, being still stuck in samsara.
So then it's impossible to become a Buddha.
That's why you need the correct view.
But don't people, even when they become Buddhists, still have bad karma?
They don't misjudge it, so they don't keep making bad karma.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's something like that. So basically, she's right. If you can do many good things and collect a lot of good karma, but in the end, still not become a arhat or a Buddha, reach nirvana or Buddhahood, because you still have negative karma, negative seeds in your mind stream, and those ripen. But you can also reach certain stages due to correct view, from all the good things you've done, that stop the ability for certain things to ripen so that you can become an arhat, bodhisattva, Buddha. There we go. Not necessarily if one's motivation is of a lower scope or inappropriate, the merit will lead to a good outcome, but will not necessarily lead to nirvana or Buddhahood. Yeah. If you don't dedicate it or have it pointed at Buddhahood or something, being arhat, then bad will happen. Okay. Or it won't lead to a good outcome. So the Tibetan for merit is Sunam. Um, this Nam kind of just means S, but it's part of this word. All right. Nam. All right. Pretty simple. What is the Sanskrit word for the Great Seal? And
Mahamudra.
yeah, Mahamudra. What is the Tibetan word for Great Seal? Anesthesia.
Chakchen.
Yeah, or Chagyachempo. Yeah, or Chagchen. Both, yeah. Good. Done. All right. By the way, Geshe puts Diamond Way stuff in the whole class. He sprinkles it through the whole course. All right. So he plants seeds for everyone to be able to get to Diamond Way throughout. He doesn't say it, but he just says, he goes, okay. And that was one of the first sprinklings of it. Is there any relationship with the three principal paths and the Great Seal between these three and tantric practice? Everyone's like, I don't know. What's the relationship between Lamsa Namsam and Tantra? Diamond Way.
Creates the foundation for it.
Yay! Someone's getting enlightened. Other people, maybe not. I'm joking. Yes, Mike, perfect. Yeah, without the three principal paths, Tantra doesn't work. Okay. Okay, Mahamudra, this is Geshe's answer. Mahamudra means a direct perception of emptiness. Mahamudra is the natural result of practicing the three principal paths well. Tantric practice can also be can only be successful based with the three principal paths. In fact, a person who practices three principal paths well reaches tantric levels almost automatically. Tantric practice is based fully on the three principal paths. So much so that without them, one can never be successful in tantric practice. But with them, one almost automatically succeeds in this practice. If you practice the three principal paths well, Tantra will just happen to you. Okay? Can't emphasize this enough. Question 4. Oh, I gotta hide it. What are the three and seal in this case? Seal can mean a lot of things, by the way. Mudra is the word seal in Sanskrit. It can mean a lot of things, but one of the things it can mean is like the king always put his stamp on something, and that was the seal. And if you were caught using that seal, counterfeiting the seal in kingdoms, you could be executed because you were trying to impersonate the king in some way. So the point is, like, once you become like an Arya, you have that seal. You have the seal of I'm getting out of samsara. Like you've been stamped. You're like, oh, okay, this one's good. Next. Like that. All right. There's a few meanings of the word seal or mudra, but that's one of them, as I understand it. What are the two principal causes that bring about the state of Buddhahood?
Method and wisdom.
Yay, somebody studied. Yeah, method and wisdom. Wait, how do you say method in Tibetan?
Tap.
Yeah, tapsul, even tapke in a way you can say, although that has some different connotations. Good. And wisdom, how do you say wisdom?
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Yeshe can be wisdom. In this case, shut up is more correct. Good. Yeah, method means the thoughts and deeds of a bodhisattva. Yeah, this is basically two great divisions of the path. Okay. One yogi saint said it perfectly, I think. He said that love love is love is understanding that everything matters. Wisdom is understanding that nothing matters. And it just means karma and emptiness. If you have bodhicitta, you love everyone. If you have wisdom, you realize that nothing exists except your karma. All right. Yeah, this is top. Shut up. What does Rab mean by itself, Anastasia?
Very.
Yeah, good.
Mhm.
Yeah, very or highest. And what does She mean?
Understand.
Yeah, good. So the highest understanding is wisdom. All right. Good. And Tibetan works like that. If you know like parts of words, they put them together usually quite logically. So you can reach a point where you don't necessarily have to know the word, but you can start understanding what it means based on what the components mean. All right. And that's a good point to reach in language studies, because then you don't need your native language necessarily to study it. Okay, what are the main elements of these two? I think he's talking about which principal paths refer to each one. Yeah. Go ahead. I was almost said renunciation, I believe.
For
Yeah.
the method, it will be renunciation and wish to enlightenment,
Good.
and for wisdom and correct view.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. And for extra credit, but no money, what's the difference between renunciation and the wish for enlightenment, Olesya?
Renunciation, when we understand that I quit, I tired with all this suffering, but wish to enlighten, to help for all over the people. Its main word wish here.
Yeah, good. This is what Ken Rinpoche said to Geshe, our Lama's Lama. He said, the wish for enlightenment is just renunciation, but for other people. That's it. Like if you realize you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going, most of your life is doing bad deeds, and karma is a thing. So you're probably going to go someplace really bad if you don't get enlightened or something like that. You have renunciation, meaning you don't want that to happen. You want to do things that are going to stop that, almost exclusively, if not exclusively. And if you think about other people, you're like, that everyone is in the same boat. Therefore, I want that for them too. And that's the wish, essentially. Or I want to also get enlightened because they're also in that position. Does that make sense? Okay. And yeah, wisdom is correct view of emptiness. What is correct view of emptiness? In one sentence. If you want to understand, if you want to see if someone understands something, they can usually explain it in very simple terms. What is the correct view of emptiness in the highest school in very simple, clear terms? Anybody?
Nothing has
Nothing.
its own nature.
Perfect. Done. Yeah. And what do you mean by own?
Coming from itself.
Perfect. So where does its nature come from?
From my perception.
Where does your perception? Where does your perception
My
come from?
mind.
Where does your
My
where does that come from?
flow mind. Mind flow. From my seeds
And where do your seeds come
are coming from.
Yes.
From my deeds.
Yes.
Past deeds.
As a teacher, I recommend you go straight to that. Don't just say mind, because they're like, oh, it's just my mind. Okay, don't say just mind stream. Seriously, if you're going to give it in one sentence, you say nothing has any nature of its own. Second sentence, only nature it has is from how I treated others in the past. Go straight to the point. Don't even just say karma or seeds, because if you just say seeds, people like get all kinds of wacky ideas. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'm telling you. And that's Buddhism. That's all of Buddhism. Those two sentences. All right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's all of philosophy in world history too. And all the confusion in the world. The reason people bomb people is because they don't understand things are coming from them. If they did, they would immediately stop. If people understood those two sentences you just said, They would immediately stop all bad things. At any moment you do something bad, you have forgotten one of those two sentences for that moment of time. And when more of your mind is thinking of those two, you're on Jorlam, and you're very close to seeing emptiness relative to your infinite pastimes. You're on the second path, the path of preparation. And when your mind just becomes consumed by those two, which this poem talks about, you're on the edge of seeing emptiness. Okay? Seriously. You all of a sudden you'll be like, that's all there is. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. All right. So again, method is top. We just had that. And top consists of Nianzhong, which is the first principal path. Tang means and here. And then Semke is one of the ways to say the wish, or bodhicitta, right? Bodhicitta is a tricky word. Why is it tricky, Mike Hoffman? You go back to sleep? Somebody else. Why is bodhicitta a tricky word?
Because someone can think it's a Buddha's mind.
Yeah, good. So are you telling me Buddhas don't have bodhicitta? Yes or no?
No, it's another meaning.
The Buddhists have
No,
bodhicitta.
they have
Oh,
bodhicitta.
so it is a Buddha's mind. Yes
Yeah,
or no?
it is also the Buddha's mind.
Huh?
Yes, Buddhas also have bodhicitta. Doesn't mean
So bodhicitta means Buddha's mind, correct? Yes or no?
bodhicitta means seeing emptiness directly.
No,
Who said no? Who said no? Fine.
I said
Oh, so okay, so no, so Buddhas have bodhicitta or not? I'm very confused. I thought you said yes.
they
Okay.
have bodhicitta, yes.
So sure. Why do they call it bodhicitta if Buddhists have it and it doesn't mean Buddha's mind? And bodhicitta means Buddha mind in Sanskrit. I'm very confused. Explain.
Here I mean like bodhicitta, like the wish for enlightenment. It's not like the Buddha mind.
Yeah, but why do they call it bodhicitta if it's not Buddha mind? It literally means Buddha mind. That's like me saying Hao Tin and I'm talking to Maria. I'm messing with you. They call it bodhicitta because it's the thing that will make your mind into a Buddha. Okay? That's what you need. That's the key. Because if you don't have that, you just become an arhat. All right? But that's the seed you need to become a Buddha. That's the key seed. Because if you just see emptiness, you become an Arya. All right? If you just achieve nirvana, you become an arhat. So the thing separating for Aryas and Arhats from Buddhas is bodhicitta. So to make your mind into a Buddha, you need it. You need to develop it. Ke, and that means in Tibetan means to develop. Semke, how to develop your mind into a Buddha. Jangchub Semke. Okay? What's another way to say develop your mind? In Tibetan. Lo Jong. Yeah. How to develop your heart. How to develop the heart of a Buddha. Lo Jong. How to develop your mind. Got it? So if you want to become a Buddha, what should you practice all day?
Lojong.
Yeah. What's the hardest practice in all of Buddhism?
Lojong.
What did Jesus do? Lo Jung. He died for our sins. It got really confusing. Uh yeah. It yeah. He said, I'll take on the pain of the world. Right? That's a Lojong practice. It's in course 14. When you're in the most horrible pain in your life, you can just say, fuck it. I'll just take everyone's pain. I mean, I feel horrible anyway. Why don't I just do the rest? All right, seriously. You'll be amazed at the results. There's a famous Lama, he did that. He's like, he was dying and he started doing the practice like that. He's like, send me to hell. I want to go to hell for all beings. Send me to hell. And his students were there. He's like, Lama, are you going to hell? What's happening? He's like, no, I only see paradise. I only see angels. He was very sad because he wasn't going to hell for all sentient beings. Get it? That's Lojong. All right, yeah. You might die and get resurrected in a couple of days if you practice right. All right, shut up means wisdom. And the three principal path that relates to it is Yang Dakpa Tawa, which I explained yesterday. Yang Dakpa means correct or pure. And Tawa means view or to look at something as a verb. And this is the genitive, the possessive, which kind of makes this into a adjective, right? The view is correct. All right, cool. And what are the two bodies of a Buddha? Anybody?
Rupakaya and Dharmakaya.
What? What's that mean? That's Sanskrit.
The physical body and mental body. Yes.
Yeah, good, good. Which one's which? Rupakaya is physical or mental?
Rupakaya is physical.
Good.
Dharmas is mental.
Good. What English word does rupa come from? Or does, yeah. No, what English word comes from rupa? Excuse me.
Body.
Corpse. Like like a dead body. The R and the P is the rupa. Wait, what Hindi word comes from rupa? Rupees.
Money.
Yeah, the thing that
Nirmal.
has weight to it. The thing that has body to it. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, money. Cool. Yeah. The two body and bodies doesn't actually mean bodies, okay? Bodies means like parts. All right. Kaya in Sanskrit does literally mean body, okay? And Tibetan it's ku. Ku means body, or holy body, if you're being more literal. The two bodies of a Buddha are the physical body or part of an enlightened being known in Sanskrit as the Rupakaya, and the combination of the mental and ultimate nature parts of a Buddha known in Sanskrit as the Dharmakaya. If I break the body down into three bodies, what are the three bodies? It's the Dharmakaya.
Emanation body.
Yeah, emanation body. Yeah, you add the emanation body, meaning there's a body that hangs out in paradise, and then there's bodies that go out into the universe, and then the mental body. So they'll make three, and that would be the Nirmanakaya goes out, the Sambhogakaya hangs out in paradise. It means enjoyment. And then the Dharmakaya, which we just went over, is the mental part. All right. And then you can break them down to 4 as well, and 5, depending. But we won't go there. Okay. 7. Name the 2 causes of the 2 bodies. What mainly causes the 2 bodies?
Geshe Kitsok and Sonam Kitsok. Like a collection of wisdom and collection of merit.
Good. So Geshe Kitsok, what does that mean? Collection of what?
Collection of wisdom.
Some good. And Sonam Kitsok, what does that mean?
A collection of merit.
Very good. And what does the Geshe Kitsok, the collection of merit, cause? Which body?
Geshe Kitsok is mental body.
Good. And Sonam Kitsok?
Physical body.
Yeah, good. And it makes sense too. Like, and they say mainly usually because the merit from the merit body, some of that goes into creating the Geshe Kitsok, and the wisdom from being wise would create merit and create the merit, create the physical body as well. So they say mainly usually. But it makes sense, like how you think would then go on to create your mind, and how you act goes on to create your body, basically. All right. The collection of wisdom is the cause for a Buddha's wisdom body, and the collection of merit is the cause for a Buddha's form body. Here's the Tibetan. Chu is Dharma, and Ku is Kaya, Dharma Kaya. Chu can mean a lot of things. It can mean thing, literally. It can mean Dharma, like teaching, or the teachings of the Buddha. It could also mean like thoughts, like what you think. So in this case, I think it's closer to that. Geshe, I briefly covered, means wisdom, as well as like shut up. Ki means of, the possessive, the genitive case. Sok means a collection or a gathering. What does the ye and yeshe mean, Anastasia?
What it means?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's a hard one. It kind of means very as well, or means like infinite or a lot. You see it in the word taye, but it's spelled differently. And taye means like without limit. Yeah, but it's related. It just means like infinite knowledge, literally, yeshe, something like that. All right. If you study a lot of Tibetan and become a complete nerd and look at a dictionary for like 10 years, you'll start having those connections. Yeah, and Geshe said that in one class, and I had an inkling of it. I was like, yeah, I also thought that. Nerdiness. Tsuku. Tsuk means form. Rupa in Sanskrit. Ku means body again, kaya. Tsunam we had means merit. Ki of, and Tsok collection. All right. Just a point about the Tibetan in the ACI courses. Geshe did not put the transliteration in these courses. He only put the Uchen, the Tibetan script, that the main alphabet, and he put the trans pronunciation, I like to say, the closest way to say it in English without someone having any technical knowledge of the language. So you can't actually pronounce it properly if you just have this, you cannot, but it's close enough and everyone's fine with it. But if you're in mixed nuts class or something, it wouldn't work, right? But it's close enough. All right, cool. Number 8. Which of the 3 principal paths cause each of these 2 bodies? Oh, we kind of already did that. So I'll just say it. Renunciation and the wish for enlightenment contribute primarily to the physical body or part of enlightened being. Yeah. And correct view contributes primarily to the mental and ultimate natures of a Buddha. Yeah. So renunciation and the wish for enlightenment are mainly go on to create merit, and that merit mainly goes on to create the physical body. All right. And correct view contributes primarily to wisdom, and wisdom creates the collection of wisdom, and that creates the mental ultimate parts. They say mental and ultimate because that body can be broken into 2 parts. One is omniscience, everything in the mind of a Buddha, and the other part is emptiness, which is a lack of anything. So they just which is the ultimate nature of things. So that's what Geshe means by ultimate nature and mental here. And that part, this is called the Jnana Dharmakaya in Sanskrit. Yeshichuku, and then this is called the Svabhavanakaya in Sanskrit. Oh my God, my brain just did something. How to say that in Tibetan? I don't know. My brain did something. I'll remember later. Okay, next. What are the 2 obstacles to Buddhahood?
Obstacles to omniscience and obstacle to freedom of mental afflictions. I guess it.
Ooh, wow, very well said. Why can't you just say obstacles to omniscience and obstacles to mental afflictions?
Because that's correctly, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's wrong. You're right. So it's interesting. Does anybody so let's look at it. So the Tibetan is interesting. I don't know the Sanskrit for these 2, but the Tibetan, it just says Shedrip and Nundrip. All right. But it's a little funny because Shedrip means the drips. Drip means obstacle. Okay, a block is dripa. And She is like Shepa, means it can just mean knowledge, but here it just means knowing everything, okay? So this is the thing blocking you from knowing everything. But Nyun, what's Nyun short for, and what is Nyun, and what does it mean?
You know,
Yeah, good. Nyongmong. Nyongmong
you know.
means yeah, mental affliction or negative emotion, Geshe likes to say these days. So if you have drips to Nyongmongs, isn't that is an interesting thing with the wording, because this is blocking you from having omniscience, but this drip is not blocking you from having mental afflictions. It's the block caused because you have mental afflictions. So Geshe added this. Yeah, and obstacles to reaching freedom, but it's not in the word. But if he doesn't add this, it sounds funny. I just say obstacles from mental afflictions when I'm doing it simply. But this is totally correct and even clearer if you want to explain it more. Does that
Can you
make sense?
say obstacles to reaching nirvana?
You could say that, and that's another way of wording reaching freedom from mental afflictions, yeah. But then you completely obviate the nyun because it doesn't. This would be clearer, or at least the same kind of wording if it said, yeah, nirvana drip, the blocks that stop you from reaching nirvana, and they would be equivalent. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that. It says nyomon. It says nyun. So whatever reason. All right. Cool. All right. 10. Why was Jason Kappa able to write 10,000 pages of incredibly deep and difficult explanation of Buddhism? Who is Jason Kappa anyway?
The author of the three principal parts.
Yeah, the book we're studying. When was he alive?
1357, 1419.
Yay. Okay, good. Just checking if you remembered yesterday. So how did he write? And if you study Jason Kappa, I'm translating a book by Jason Kappa with Geshe. Incredibly hard, like unbelievably hard. Like, so he used to say these things, Geshe, like it takes years to study one page, and I'm like, come on, that's not. I was very skeptical. I'm like, he's like, we debate in the debate ground for weeks, this one page of this. I'm like, you're exaggerating, Geshe. Come on, nothing's that hard. Oh my God, it is. It's worse. You might never get it. You could go for weeks and still have no idea. Be like, I have no idea what he's talking about. Literally. So how could he write 10,000 pages like that? Anybody?
Oh, because
It-
his teacher was Manjushri,
Yay! Or
or he was enlightened.
yay! Either one. Which one is it really?
Probably both.
Which one is it really?
It depends.
On what?
My perceptions.
I just explained to this lovely person not to say that. It depends on what?
How I treated others in the past.
Yay! If you say that, that's like Alcoholics Anonymous. The first step is taking responsibility. If you say perceptions, then it could be like, well, where do perceptions come? I don't know. Perceptions, I don't know. How you treat other people in the past, there's no escaping from that reality. Okay. And that will lead to real behavior change. And that's why we say it. All right. And you're right. He had direct communication with a line being named Gentle Voice, Manjushri. Or he was Gentle Voice. Or depends. Okay. All right. What are the implications of that though? And then we'll stop class, I guess, unless there's questions.
I guess you have no way of checking that.
Yeah, but relevant to us, what are the implications of
But we're this close.
That's true. Those things are true. I was thinking your teachers could be gentle voice, or you could be gentle voice, and that would depend on what?
How you treated others in the past.
How well you're going to treat others in the future. How nice you are to your kids right after this class. All right. All right. Any questions? I was late to class because I was helping my child and my partner. I was like, just do it. Just help people. There's nothing more annoying than helping people. Okay? That's why it gets you enlightened. No, seriously, there's nothing harder than really serving people. I don't think. Try to help somebody with a real problem. Not easy. Okay? I've tried. Mostly you're gonna fail, but it doesn't matter. Does perfecting wisdom mean everybody looks wise? Does perfecting generosity, giving, mean that everybody has money? No, doesn't. It means you perfected it. You want to give everyone money. I would love to give everyone money. I'm not saying I perfected giving, but I would love to give people money. No, I don't want anybody to be poor. Okay? But unfortunately, it's up to them, not me. How how do you know? Oh, I'm supposed to spotlight myself. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. How do you know that um how do you know that even though one second. Um okay, how do you know it's not possible to be omnipotent, all powerful?
Because if it was possible, you would not be suffering right now.
Why?
Because the Buddha would take care of you.
Yay! Exactly. If the Buddhas were omnipotent, they would have touched me on the forehead a million lifetimes ago. I'm like, oh, you're Buddha now. But they can't. So they left books and like, do what the book says. Your karma is not good enough for anything but this book. Obviously, my teachers, my holy teachers. But the joke is, if I don't see a Buddha in my life, it's because my karma isn't that good. But if I at least see a book, that means my karma isn't all bad. But you have to do what the book says. I saw this great quote, then we'll finish class. And it said, I think it was from Nietzsche, don't fear people. Don't fear people who have read many books. Fear people who worship one book and never read it. Okay. All right. All right. I gotta switch to my next class. Anybody who wants to come to that class, does anybody have the link faster than me? You can come. I'm teaching medicine because everybody has problems, physical problems, every kind of problem. And I learned how to help people with pretty much any kind of problem a long time ago. And now I'm teaching everybody how to do it. So if you want to come, even if you have no money or something, we can figure something out, okay? I just want to teach everybody. I want to get out of samsara yesterday. I'm over it. Okay? So there's the link. We're going to that link right now. Please join us. If you like it, give me money. If you don't like it, stop the class. I don't care. I'm going right now, though. All right? I know it's late in Vietnam. You can go to bed, Howard. I don't mind. All right, everyone. See you tomorrow, if not sooner. Bye.
I see.